thank you for taking time. We know it's a challenging time, but you've taken your time to come to talk to us, and we don't take it lightly. And the reason we wanted to talk to you this afternoon is that we wanted you to hear your voice, because your voice matters and your story matters. There shouldn't be many sides of the story. Your story is that story. So I would like to know, how have the last few months been for you?
I've actually had 8 terrible months of suffering, and I thought after the court ruling I am going to have to go home and live peacefully. It has even become worse in the past few weeks since the judgment. It has not been easy. The torture and the fear and the threat is so real, and nobody feels it. And to my surprise, even after the sentence, people lash out and send all these messages. Some people have sent me Messenger, some people have sent me SMSs, but people have called me from all over the world. My friends, actually, from them, they decided to withdraw, and the women I thought would actually be with me actually didn't even give it, or not even a call. So the past few days I've kind of lived in isolation, but I am also very strong, because it is not the first time I'm having this kind of media assaults. I experienced a bit of this kind of thing during my campaigns, because of the media framing of women, and especially if you're younger and you're single and all these things. But I am already emerging out stronger, because of your support. At first, I did not go to any group. I talked to my people. I wanted the people of Kabarole to understand it, and I think now they do, because I've seen big people, Professor Edward Gumayo, I've seen the Honorable Beatrice Kiraso. I've seen many people. I do not take that support for granted. I've seen very clear-minded people coming out, and you're part of that team, the clear-minded Ugandans and other people from outside Uganda, who have come out to support me. I do not take that for granted, and that is why I grow stronger, and I think I will emerge out of this stronger.
Thank you so much. I wanted to know, who is MP Sylvia Wabogo? Because of this, you see, people have distorted who you are, and it's important that Ugandans know who you are, away from, this is not the image of you. You are yourself. You have an identity that we must know.
Sylvia Wabogo is a journalist. I'm trained as a journalist, but also as a social worker. I hold a degree in social and community development from Mount Ugandan University in Kabarole. I have worked as a journalist, a broadcast journalist, all my life, at Voice of Toro, at Hits FM and Beta FM, all in Kabarole. I worked as a district councillor for the youth in 2006, then directly elected councillor for East Division of the Poto Municipality. I was a speaker for the district council, district deputy speaker, and I was secretary general for Uganda District Council Speakers Association until I came to Parliament. And now I am the member of Parliament representing Kabarole District as a woman member of Parliament. And I am a mother.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask, because we have seen a lot away from your professional life. We have seen attacks that are so personalized, that are so private, that try to erase your humanity. So it's important that you talk about that in terms of your family. And
I am a mother of 3, 2 girls and a boy. And people who just try to become experts and they say 5, I think they are about to say 20 or something. But this is how people come out and try to fight women in a way, or to make you feel less confident when something comes up about a woman. That is what society tries to do. Some of them are cultural sentiments, some of them are tribal sentiments. That one, I know that there are people who are not objective in their thinking, and they also do not try to analyze the situation and hear all the sides of the story before they come out and lash out. And this is what we've seen on social media, for people who do not have all the facts, but they're coming out to blame and throw a stone here and there. But I have to endure that. Actually, that is not as harsh as what I endured in the last 8 months of the harassment of this boy. Yeah. But what scared me when I started, actually the fear became intense at the time when this boy said, I want to protect you. I see your life is in trouble. You're in danger. I want to be the one to protect you. I'm like, what trouble does he perceive? Or does he know that I'm likely to be in and he wants to protect me? And I thought he's going to use this lure to appear like he's going to protect me, and yet on the other side he's going to harm me. So I also now started knowing that this person would harm me but would use this lure. So I blocked his calls. He hid his number and continued calling. The persistent calls in the middle of the night, persistent calls when I'm in meetings. Actually, it came to a time when I suspected that maybe he was in the neighborhood. Since I didn't know him and I'd never met him, I'm like, maybe he's in the neighborhood, because maybe your neighbors know that the person who stays at that house is a member of parliament. And of course I was suspecting how he could have got my number. Is it where I send and receive mobile money from, or something like that? So I was suspicious even within the community where I am living, and I thought maybe this person would walk to me and in a supermarket and would harm me, either stab me or something. So I was so scared. But it's not only that. This boy said in one of the messages, which I still have, which I even tendered in court as evidence, he said, I love you. Nothing is going to stop me. Nobody will stop me, not even you. That confidence is very unusual of a 25-year-old talking to a woman of my age, and a woman of being a member of parliament, because people do not just every day. Many people say, you know, we cannot just walk to a member of parliament. Although I am approachable, this is a person who is not from a community. If it is a person from a community, it is also different, because, you know, this person meets you at church and gets used to you, or meets you at maybe you've been interacting at parties or something like that, or maybe from the same village. There you look at it differently, or maybe your fear is kind of minimized. But also what made it worse, the time when he intensified his calls day and night, always promising to protect me, is the time when women were being kidnapped and killed in this country. And I am very sure that there are women, at least I even tried to find out, there are women who have been lured in the same way. There's a girl who was lured to Chevando and was killed in a similar way. Someone took her to a lodge. And I'm like, does this boy want to either frame me, take me somewhere and harm me from there? Does he want to frame me, take pictures of you and then spread them all over, or ask you for money in return, in exchange for the pictures? These things have been done. So all my fear is coming from that background. But I also do not rule out that this boy could have other people using him, because it is so unusual that someone presses you so hard. Even when you tell him, I even went to the extent of asking him, Brian, I am an old woman, I'm 42, and you told me you're just 25. Can I send you money and you date girls your age? The boy said, it is you I want. So if you're a woman in my position, with this background I'm telling you about, and someone comes to you like that, continuously, even when you block him, he hides his number and continues sending messages. I even lied to him. I told him, you know, Brian, I'm here with my husband, because he would call even in the night. I said, can I give him to you to talk to him? That is not your husband. I am the one to take care of you.
Imagine the challenges a woman has to go through to protect themselves from harassment.
That I even have to lie that I have a husband. Actually, one time thought I could ask someone to talk to him and pretend he's my husband.
And it's not only you. We have been harassed, and you just have to find a friend, a male friend. So can you talk to this man for me? And it's unfortunate. And people tend to think that you can separate, just because a woman is in parliament, that you can separate the experience from generally what other women are experiencing. The reality is that harassment does not usually stop. It's that it really goes back on what is happening in the community, and which takes me to the kind of reaction after that court ruling. People thinking you were the devil, right?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know why? Because people think if you're a member of parliament, you're not vulnerable to any situation. It is not true. We also live normal lives. We also fear. And imagine, around the same time actually, a big girl was killed in broad daylight. And you know, there are no clues, I think. There are no clues yet. So I am like, this should be the same. But that time I had already reported. And when Abiriga was killed, he called me and said, hey, baby, I want to protect you. I have seen now, what is this? This is what I've been telling you. I am fearing for you. God, I hadn't gone home yet. I was driving from Massacre Road. I had gone to meet a friend there. I'm like, oh my God. What am I going to do? Should I go home? Should I go to a hotel and stay in a hotel? Maybe he's waiting for me outside the gate. Every time I would call from far for the gate to be open. I even went to my friend's to help me get private security. I got private security to go with me. I even locked doors during broad daylight, fearing he could walk in and stab you. I've seen people, young people who are obsessed. And of course, look at the other side. An obsessed person can kill. A person may not even be connected to any other person using him. These are all suspicions and all fears of a person who comes with a lot of force. Not just the love messages like people are taking it and trying. Yes, exactly.
And what is, for me, what was quite disturbing was the court sat, it listened to you, and the magistrate. Usually magistrates courts, we don't get very bold, send convictions that actually send a bold message, and if they do, we don't get it in the media. But of course this media attention came to you because you were because of the position. But even when the court did you justice, even it can't take back the psychological torture, but trying to stop that torture, we saw the media framing this as love message, even when the court said cyber harassment.
Yes.
Yeah. As a person from a media background, how did this play out? Like, who is that at the center of this?
I think we still have a long way to go to regulate social media and also the mainstream media. When we are reporting, you need to get the whole story. Whoever reported for the monitor from courts is not a person who came to me. I was there. I was the person in court. This person should have got my account. I am trained as a journalist, remember. Should have got my own account of how I feel. What is it that made this woman cry? So that side of it comes out, so that people will see the other side of the story. But if you just come out and say someone cried, people do not believe. I can't even go to that extent of fearing and crying. That is why they made fun out of crying in court and all that. But imagine you are interfacing with someone who has harassed you and threatened you for 8 months, 8 whole months.
But it's not, when you say it's not just you, but
and he was busy smiling through my fear. So for me, that was beyond, and that is not something that I would expect from a young man who is studying, because I expect a hopeful person who looks beyond just looking at a woman and looking at the woman's looks, whatever it is, whether he's looking at any other thing. I think people need to understand this side of the story. I have had many people coming out positively supporting me, most especially from outside Uganda. But I'm also very grateful to the women who have come out, especially on Twitter, who have been supporting me. But there are also very important men in this country who have come out and they are very objective about this. They judged fairly, the court of the people judged fairly, with some people coming up very positively. I don't take this for granted. These are the people that are going to fight for our daughters tomorrow, because this could happen to your mother. Because I am also a mother. It could happen to your mother. It could happen to your daughter. It could happen to your wife, to your sister, to your girlfriend. So if we need to look at things objectively and try to judge fairly, not just to say because this person is a member of parliament, because this boy is a poor boy, all of a sudden the boy is made poor so that people can sympathize with him. It is not about poverty. If he knew he's a poor boy, poor people are we are always told by our parents, "You're a poor girl, behave yourself. You're a poor girl, don't do that, don't join that group, be focused." So if this boy was a focused person,
he's trying to abuse poor people, that poor people do anything.
Exactly. Poor people do not do anything. Because I have come from very humble beginnings, I don't think I have been that desperate to do that. And actually I've also been a very principled person. Despite hiccups here and there, I've been strong. And even in this very one, I am very strong, because I know by the end of the day, people will understand it. And even if I have been used as a sacrificial lamb in this by the public, I've been used as a sacrificial lamb, I know that tomorrow will be better for our daughters and for the women in Uganda.
The choices you talked about, when you are dealing with this, feeling the choice to go public with it, because the case would expose the details, and you were talking about that struggle, thinking about the media, but finally making that choice that I will make this known because I can't die inside it.
That is why it lasted longer. But this boy's harassment was intense from the beginning. I knew it from the beginning that it was not the normal messages or the normal approach men talk to women. So from there, I already knew. But that is why it took long even to take it to police, because I knew now. Do I go to a police station in my neighborhood and report there? Do I go to the central police station and report there? But I knew the media was going to blow it up. So I was within myself, I was having, contemplating whether I should take it on or not. But the threat was more than the fear for the media. I don't care the judgments that I've got for as long as I am safe and protected. That is why I ran to the courts of law. That's why I ran to police to protect me. I am not a person who wants the pomp of having guards here and there, but I had to have the guards anyway because I was already threatened. So I kept quiet for it too long, a whole 8 months until the time this boy was sentenced. And so when I see this public outrage over people who do not judge it fairly, I think we still have a long way in Uganda to fight harassment and violence against women. I think they are either violent because I am a woman, because there are people who say, people talk to us and we don't say it. I said, in my 42 years, I've never seen someone who harasses me like this. If actually they were there, I would have reported them already. Men approach me, they talk to me. It is very normal. We live with it. And actually, we enjoy it. As women, we do. But when it goes beyond to be an obsession, a person can kill you. There must be a line. An obsessed person can kill you, can kill your partner, can kill a member of your family. So I am satisfied with what came from court, because the moment they keep him away for some time, even if there is public outrage, maybe I'll be safer. Maybe another woman will be protected from this same harassment.
It's very important to talk about it, the mental health, because many people, just like they were playing all these cards about the guy being a boy and being poor, and a lot of people are playing mental health, that he needs to be helped. But it's trivializing the mental health of a person who has sustained harassment for over 7 months. And it's important to come out that women being expected to carry a load without thinking about their psychological torture and impact.
That is why older women will suffer more diabetes, will suffer more pressure and stress and depression than men, because men go out and speak to fellow men. But women are confined because you're not supposed to say secrets of the home. If it is at home, like this one, people do not expect me to come out and say anything about it. They expect me to be strong and to handle, but deep inside me, I'm breaking apart. I'm falling apart. Today, I really want to appreciate when I came out to this group of women. It's the first time I'm stepping out and feeling cushioned. In the last 8 months, I wasn't even safe within Parliament because I didn't know whether it is a person who works at Parliament. Maybe I was always scared, even on the road. So people think you can handle this. I have tried my best. I am still trying to even appear, because I'm a leader. People want you to show like you're very strong, and deep inside me, the fear still lives, and it still continues. I appreciate women who have gone through violence and harassment, that they really need rehabilitation, more than the people who want to look at someone, a convict, and then they sympathize with the convict and they sympathize with the sentence that has been given to him, not knowing how did the magistrate arrive at the 2 years, and why not the 3 maximum years, and why not the 1 maximum year for the second count. They do not want to see what happened and what happened before that. The boy went on, even when the magistrate asked, do you still love her? The boy, instead of saying, well, we have come to this, I loved her, but now that it is not possible, maybe I'm like, yes. So this strength that even goes beyond the courts is like impunity.
Not recognizing even the power of the court. Exactly. But also, you say something, well, just to close, is the fact that you say it didn't matter if you lose a vote, because a lot of people are saying she's never going to come back, especially your first timer in Parliament. I represent the women.
majorly, I represent the entire district, men and women, but majorly I am at the lead. I'm leading women. So if I do not lead by example and come out and say something is affecting me, how am I going to protect others? So there are people who have come out saying, Sylvia, we are going to meet her 2021, she will not go back, that is her only term. I don't care if that is my only term. But what I'm fighting for is not, it is something that is going to live beyond. It is a world that I want to see my daughters living in and my son. It is a world where I want to see every woman happy and free to express herself and say no to a man, and the man should be able to take the no. If I've given you the no, take it as a no. If I've given you a yes, come. If I say now the yes has now been repealed, I cannot continue with you, you should be able to accept that I can also end a relationship. So these are some of the things that people kind of use to keep us in fear. So if I just keep myself tagged to what the outcome of the vote in 2021 will be, that means I'll not be able to do anything. I only do with an interest. I don't want to do that with an interest. I want to live a normal life. If I go back and people think I have done well, they vote for me. If they do not vote for me, I am ready. I will continue working with the women. Now I've even met more people than I knew before. I've met you, I've met many other women activists. I've even met men who know that I am a principled person. If I am saying this, this is what I say, and I stick to it. So this, honestly, does not matter if I am going to 2021 or not. What if someone killed me before 2021? They would vote for another person actually 1 or 2 months after. Before 60 days elapse, they will vote for another person. So for me to come out and protect my life from a person who could potentially harm me is for me a plus. Once I am safe in this country, I don't mind all other things. But it does not mean that I don't want to continue leading. If they think they need a person who will hide in times of danger, who will not be able to protect herself, then it is the same person who will not be able even to protect herself. It has brought us up to trivialize issues of harassment and violence against women. They actually teach us, like in my language, they say, "Gatungwendom." Like if you are married, you only have to pretend you're stupid in order for you to be there. Meaning if someone beats you up and harasses you or is violent, you're in a violent relationship, you're not supposed to come out. When you come out, you're wrong. So society and our culture has conditioned us to take things in a trivial manner, which are actually very serious. So the backlash, I also kind of expected it. Although I didn't know it would be this much, it took me by surprise too. I kind of expected, because that is why I remained in fear, not knowing how they would judge me being an MP. But again, I ask people, supposing people in Uganda heard that I was dating this boy, how would they have taken it? Still the cultural norms and attitudes would have come in. He is a woman, she's spoiling our children, that kind of thing. You know, this boy again will be now called a young person. But a 25-year-old who can consent if you are in agreement. I am not really saying that people do not date actually across maybe the ages. We have seen young girls dating very old men and women dating boys who are younger than them. That is not the issue. The issue is when it goes beyond and interferes with my privacy and my peace and becomes a threat to my life and confines me in a way that I cannot do things freely. Then it has gone beyond. I do not say that, or I do not blame that men shouldn't talk to women. Actually, that's what men say. Is she a nun? Is she a virgin? All the things. I'm not a virgin. I am a woman. I have feelings. I crave for love, but this was not love that I really craved for. And women should actually come out of this conditioning that issues of harassment, sexual harassment, are trivial matters and that we should laugh at them. They have done it today, but just as I said, our children tomorrow will live in a better world.
Okay. Really, thank you so much for doing that. We really admire your bravery. It's not just for yourself. I'm sure that you are doing this not for yourself, but for women of this country, for your own children. You have daughters, and you would want to see them living a violence-free life. And we are here. We are many Ugandans behind you, and it's important that you are not a victim. You are a very successful, you have gone through many, you know,
Actually,
a
it is
lot.
society which
Yes,
has
wanted
victimized me in this
to
whole thing.
victimize you, and it's important that your strong voice continues to even grow stronger. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.